what's up? It's your girl, Miss Rena L. General.
Yours truly, Lomwe.
Yo, this is Black Jet.
Evo Timothy, Farmer Michael.
What it do, what it does.
What up,
What
Chris?
up, people? This was good.
You're listening to or tuned into
The 5Roundz podcast.
5 rounds.
5 Rounds.
5 rounds.
Yeah. Make sure you stick it right here because it's lit.
All right, guys, welcome to another round of 5 Rounds show. You're with me tonight, Paso, and on my left here is OV2 Nice.
What it do, what it does.
Hey guys, and tonight, guys, we have another special guest on our show, and the special guest, hot stuff. I tell you, hot
We got
stuff.
big names, guys. We're bringing big names. We're telling you, we're bringing big names. Listen,
Big names
guys,
of 5 rounds. Yep.
Before we
Tell us,
go on,
Ovi.
before you give introduction, I just want to say, guys, this is a guy that is very respectful in the music industry of Malawi. You might have heard one of our interviews last week. We were interviewing Hyphen. He mentioned him, and that's how big this guy is. By the way, 5 rounds, guys. Make sure you subscribe, like, and share our page on YouTube. And if you love this, when you talk to this guy, he has the type of music that you're gonna love, it's gonna be on the bios, and of course, you can follow his Spotify and all that. We're gonna put all the socials. MP, take it. Tell them what type of person they're dealing with.
All right, guys. Our special guest tonight is an award-winning artist, record producer, songwriter, a video director, and a beat maker. And he's a co-founder of Baseline, and he's also the founder of Houston Creative Company, as well as adding on to his exclusive work. He's worked with Blood and Water series that's on Netflix. Ladies and gentlemen, you better catch up on it because you are missing out on a big show. And most of all, he has done the exclusive work on Yankee's work, Tay Green in Malawi, worked with Tuno, he's worked with Masco, he's worked with Physics, Barry One, Tigris, Lucius Banda, and Cash, and Harry B, and many more other artists. And our special guest is none other than Sonye, the producer, DJ, and songwriter. Ovi, hit him up. What up?
Yo,
what up?
what's good?
What
What's
up?
good, guys? What's good?
So excited to have you on. I tell you, the intro was
Thanks for having
buzzing.
me, guys.
Buzzing.
Thanks for having me. Thanks for having me.
Most of all, we like to say thank you for taking your time to join us. We know you have a very busy schedule, and we always delight yourself and many other artists on. And just taking your time is we really appreciate on 5 rounds. And Ovi has been so excited to actually talk to you as well. And yeah, Sonye, you know what? I'll just leave it up to you for a bit because I've actually introduced the professional side of you, but then you know what? Talking about yourself, like we would just like to know more about yourself. Like, take us through your childhood to say, like what inspired you to produce music and make music? Because you have all these awards, you have all these productions, but what really inspired you to be, this person, this dynamic person? Tell us.
I mean, it's just I guess it's just it's just passion, man. I just had the passion since I was young. I think I started music when I was like 13 or something. I didn't know that was the start of my journey because I remember I had this toy keyboard, that my mom bought me. So I was just playing around on that keyboard, just coming up with melodies, and that's how it started, man. That's how it started. So it's just passion.
Jeez. Ladies and gentlemen, buy your kids instruments whereby they could be playing, because Sonye right here is hitting hot, and I tell you, ladies and gentlemen. But then you're talking about starting off as a kid and everything. I know music can be a really tough route like to take in Malawi, and the benefits of it are really it's a bit sad. So you don't know when you hit it right, you don't know what the best part. But
Yeah.
Yeah, well, he's an artist. He's a producer. He's a director. He's everything. Like, there's so many things that would be. There's so many things that would be asking. Like, say, okay. We read it. We read in an article like just previously. There we learned that that you started off. You started learning how to make beats using computers and all that stuff. Like, would you
Yeah.
just run us through like how that all started? Like, how do you find access to computers? How do you get yourself familiar with all this? Where do you find all this stuff?
Funny story, like I remember my friend, you know the guy, Charles Dumbusia, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
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 yeah.
yeah.
yeah, every time we come from
Shout
school,
out,
man, I used to go to his
shout out,
house.
Charles. Shout out,
Mm,
Yeah,
Charles.
I used to go to his house, and like he gave me access to his computer. So and he had Fruity Loops on it. I didn't
yeah.
even know anything on that thing. So I was just like, let me just play around here. So every day when coming from school,
Mm,
we used to go to his house, and because we used to stay in the same neighborhood.
yeah.
So that's how I got introduced to the like musical softwares. But prior to that, before that, I already know how to play like the keyboard because I started playing when I was a kid. So yeah,
Mm,
man.
mm.
And later on, I just started to learn how to make beats. Then my mom got us a computer. Then the rest is history, man.
The the rest
Hey,
is history.
hey,
Yeah.
Yeah,
before we go further, right?
Mm,
Sonny, I
yeah,
want to ask this, like, um, I know today is different ages. Like, we're talking about the last time I see you. I'd say I was a little young kid, and it was in high school.
yeah. That was like 2005,
Yeah,
2006.
2005,
That's way,
2006. And the
yeah, that's
beauty
way
of
back,
this,
man.
when I see you today as in the industry that you are and how big you are in this music industry, and the same thing,
Yeah.
and I think, like, guys, I went to school with this guy. I literally went to school with this guy. You know what I mean? And
yeah.
I
but
just want to,
visuals and them.
yes, you know what I mean? The visuals and everything, like, but
Yeah.
right, I remember one day, I just want to say this, like, I remember one day there was
Yeah.
a V show, and you were in front of the crowd of the high school we went to,
Yeah.
and you were playing a keyboard. You didn't
Yeah.
get that much. You
Yeah.
didn't get that much of support of people saying, "Oh, that's cool."
Yeah.
People kind of were
Yeah.
like,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
"Whoa," and that's, am I right? Am I right? I'm right. Yeah, it wasn't
Yeah.
that
You're
vibe.
right. Yeah.
People didn't give you
I
a
was, I
hype
was
like,
even shy.
"Oh, yeah,"
Really?
yeah. You don't remember
Yeah,
that?
I
I
was shy,
remember
man.
that. I
Jeez,
remember
man.
that.
Jeez, man. Jeez. So, so like, it sounds like you've been playing a lot with the instruments and the beats and everything, but then you have another talent there. You're into hip hop. You sing and you do all that stuff. Like, would you like to
Yeah.
tell us? Because then, I remember going through one of your interviews. That was an interview in
Mm.
2016 with Radio 2 there in Malawi, and you mentioned that you enjoyed more of producing than singing. Could you tell us more, like, what's
Yeah.
your like, what would be the favorite projects that you'd worked on that you've produced so recently, or maybe a while back?
And then like there's a whole lot of projects that I produce, and like my favorite. I can't really point out like what's my favorite projects because there are a lot of them. Because every project is like a journey for me, right? It's like a new thing to me. So I'm always
Mm,
excited when working on a project. But
yeah.
yeah, man. I mean, like I remember like producing Young K's First Impression, the album.
Mm,
Mm,
That was like my early stage, like my early days when like getting into the industry like professionally. So I mean, like First Impression was like my first album to produce. You know,
mm,
I was producing it with my friend,
mm,
my former business partner, Pimpo Kafutega. The time we ran
yeah,
Baseline together, Baseline
mm,
Studios. So
mm,
yeah,
mm,
man, that
mm,
was
mm.
like learning. With the studio wasn't really that great, it wasn't professional, but we managed to come up with First Impression, and it was a hit in the country. So it's like
mm.
I cherish those moments because we're young and we're just getting into the
Yeah.
industry, and man, we did some magic back then. Huh? So that was like one of my favorite projects I ever produced. Yeah.
Mm. So
that sounds
first
yeah.
impression is one of the favorite things you've actually made out of yourself that you've worked on, that you feel that this was
Yeah,
what
yeah,
sparked your journey. No, that's very interesting and very
yeah.
impressive for you to say that.
We learned a lot. We
Because
learned a lot from there. Like
Yeah,
how to be professional in the music industry. We learned on that project. Then the rest was just just using the same formula and just coming up with just getting better and better. So yeah,
and
that's
that it was a
yeah.
beauty. I appreciate. I just want to say that it was a beauty of a project. Like there's
That's
no, if you play
yeah.
first impression, you can play
Mm,
every single song without rewinding. You don't. I mean, without next, from top to
true
bottom.
that, true that.
yeah.
Yeah, true
Yeah,
that. Yeah, because,
I
yeah.
produced half the album. I produced half the album. Like it was a 14 track album. I produced like 7 tracks in there. So
Yeah.
Mm.
pretty much, yeah, it was like hands on. Even the mixing and everything, I was hands on every song. So yeah, man, it was
Respect,
great. It was
respect.
great.
No, respect,
Yeah,
respect.
yeah,
That is so crazy. But say starting off at a young age, how do you get
yeah,
from just being able to be given that opportunity and say,
yeah.
you're gonna produce the beats and everything for like hyphen there. How do you get from one track to producing like seven of them? Who like how do you get that opportunity? Because then I know discussions in the room would be like, I like this beat, I'll take this beat, but
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
for you to get seven, what did you have to do to actually convince them to get like seven tracks on and say, you're going to produce all that at a young age?
I mean, like, the thing is, I already found, okay, the time I started working with Pimple
Mm,
for as Baseline Studios, he was
Yeah.
already managing Yankee at the time, That's like that time when Yankee put out Gusumana, they're already popping the time, but they only
Yeah.
had
yeah,
a
yeah.
single, so they didn't have
Mm,
an album. Yeah, so Pimp was like, "Yo, dude, I have this artist," and I was like, You just don't have an artist. You have Young K, man. So let me put me on. So
yeah,
so put
yeah.
me on. So yeah, man. We started working on one track. Then it was just chemistry, man. So Young K was just like one of any day you just come to the studio and tell me like, yo, I want to beat like such a song, and we make it our own. Like we make something from that and just do something crazy from there. And it was going like that. So we would make beats like we'd
Mm,
make maybe 2 songs a day. 2 songs. Some of the songs that
yeah.
never came out. They're still out
Mm,
there. Never
mm.
came out. So we did a lot of songs back then. And yeah, man, I think I produced about more than 15 songs for Young K, like more than that.
No, no, no.
But some of the songs weren't released.
And some of the
Really?
songs, and that's
And
and yeah, 100%.
yeah,
Because I know
and I
when we
remember
talk.
I remember the funny story.
Yeah.
I remember the funny story, like the funny story behind Ananka Bango. The first beat
Yeah.
that that Young K jumped on was produced by
Yeah.
Desert Ego. If you know Desert Ego, he produced
Yeah.
Desert
Yeah.
Ego,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
those
yeah,
Desert Igwe,
yeah.
some Igwe.
Yeah, now it's Desert Ego. Yeah,
Yeah,
so the first beat, it was his beat, but it wasn't finished. The song wasn't finished, so the studio, as I say, the studio wasn't that great. Our computer
Yeah.
crashed, so Yankee lost like
Oh.
half of the album.
mm,
Lost half of the album, and we had to like restart
No.
working on the album. And
yeah,
then when we were working on Anang
Jeez,
Kabang
man.
was when I reworked on the beat, and it's what you hear now. You know, but the first
yeah.
beat was lost, so we just started from scratch. So it's
So
crazy.
to me, that I'll call it a blessing in disguise.
A
Yeah,
blessing in disguise.
exactly.
That's a good
Exactly.
Yeah, that's what I call it. That's a blessing in disguise
Exactly.
because
that's a
look,
good bounce
look,
back. It's a
Exactly.
good bounce
yeah,
back.
look what it turned out to be. Like,
Exactly.
look what it turned out
Yeah,
to
man.
be. It turned out to be.
True that. True.
Say,
True.
yeah, you just talked about early on. I was just listening to that conversation there, and you mentioned that you started doing the production over your friend's place, Charles. And how did you
Yeah.
get on to
Yeah.
set up from that stage? How did you get on to set up your own studio? Because then we know Baseline Studios, and we want to learn more. Like how,
Yeah.
how 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 did you birth that baby of yours there?
Well, Baseline Studio came about like I think we launched the studio like around 2008. That was just
Mm,
right after high school, you know.
mm,
Because I remember we just recording home. You know, I had a bedroom studio, where we just
yeah.
have a mic and everything.
Mm,
So my former business partner Pimple heard about my production,
yeah.
and I remember the first time we met. We weren't talking about even the studio. We were talking about something else because at that time I wanted to launch an online magazine called TV magazine.
I think I've
So that was
heard
like the
that.
first. That was the first online magazine in Malawi. Like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, that was like the first online urban magazine like in Malawi. So it
Uh-huh.
was called TV magazine. So I was at that time I was managing the website, and Pimp was like,
Mm,
the content guy. So after that, we're
yeah,
like,
yeah.
yo, can we maybe you have a music background and he also has a music background. Maybe let's come up with
Hmm.
something else as well. There's another business. Let's open the studio. So I
Yeah.
think we launched the studio with Young K's album, basically. So yeah, we like let's open the studio and let's start working on an album for Young K. Then yeah, man, that's how business came about.
Can I?
We
See.
built the studio
Yeah,
from
yeah. Okay.
scratch. There was
Yeah.
me. So literally, there was me, my nephew, Bonafide, aka Heatherwick,
Mm.
and
Heather
Pimple.
we
Basically, we started
bonafide,
like three. Yeah, yeah, Bonafide.
Oh.
bonafide
Yeah,
Heather. No, I want to ask
yeah.
you. Before
So
you go, if you wanna, before you go, I'm sorry if I cut you off. I'm really sorry. Right?
yeah,
Baseline,
yeah,
baseline, baby. That was you. Okay.
yeah,
So
yeah,
I want to know
yeah,
the
yeah.
connection because there was Rush Records.
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes, yes,
which was Pempo. Yeah.
yes. Pimple. Yeah.
Tell me, explain to me, Rush Records and Baseline. Is it the same thing?
Baseline.
Or
Yeah, literally, it was like, literally, Pimp had Rush Records. That was
yes.
Yankee, Desert Eagle, and them back then, But
Yes, back
then
then,
they
the
just
time
wanted,
Excel, the
yeah,
time Excel came out.
uh-huh.
That was Rush Records, isn't it?
Yeah, that was Rush Records. Yeah, yeah, that was
Okay.
Rush Records. And
So then
then the
where
time
did you check
we
the
started
baseline?
our stuff,
Mm.
because I remember we were still operating as Baseline slash Rush Records, and I also
Okay.
had my own label that time. It was
Yeah.
called Static Records. So basically, it was
Okay.
like Baseline was Static Records and Rush Records. Then
Yeah.
we just
Mm.
made because we're like we are partners, so we can give the studio Rush Records or we can name it Static Records. Let's just give it a new name.
Mm, mm.
So
Yeah.
everyone like you have your own artists. I also had like my friends that I was recording with.
Mm.
So we're like, okay, cool. This is baseline. When people come to the studio, they're going to baseline studios. They're going to Rush Records or Static Records studios. So that's how baseline came about.
All right. Okay. Okay. No, I just wanted.
Yeah.
No,
So it was linked. It was linked. But then later
yeah.
on, we're like, man. I
We
think
got.
Rush
We got.
Records,
We got.
everyone was like doing their own thing,
Yeah.
and
Yeah. Yeah.
Rush Records is finished, and we're like, let's just focus on baseline and let's make it a label.
Yeah.
Let's sign some other artists and all. Then yeah, man, that's how it came about.
Talking
No,
about talking. Yeah.
that's
Like.
brilliant because me, I know. Look, I love my Malawi hip hop and I respect it and I
Yeah.
respect.
Yeah.
I've got certain
Yeah,
artists that in Malawi
Mm.
that I love and I tell them you know how to rap your stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I follow my
yeah,
stuff. That's why I know Rush Records. I know the kind of way. I know
yeah,
you only listen to the rap in the top ground, but
Yeah.
I go deep. I go deep. I go deep.
yeah.
So
All right, all right, all right.
like you know what, I'll be honest, I know you more of to say Sonya the producer, but I don't know
Mm.
the other side of it. Would you kind of like explain to the audience, well, like, would you describe, Sonya the artist and Sonya the producer? Would you describe yourself, like, how would you describe yourself as an artist as well as a producer in that sense?
Well, like as a producer, Sonya the
Mm,
producer, the
mm,
original Sonya, then because the artist was just like something an extra to it, an extra thing to
yeah.
it. But then I think Sonye the producer is more, yeah, is more of a the chilled out guy, trying to
Yeah,
make
yeah.
great music, and
Mm,
Sonye the artist is like, yeah, the one that makes crazy music, like the Tsikas, the Mr. Captors, so
mm,
I mean, it's
mm.
Call me
just
Mr.
two different people,
Captain.
but
Yeah,
it's the one. Yeah, it's one person. It's one person, man. It's just I can't really differentiate them because I don't. The
yeah,
thing is, how some other artists are like in real life, they're different, and when they're artists, they're like they're an actual act.
yeah,
Yeah,
Like it's not
yeah,
them.
yeah.
yeah.
Like yeah. So with me, the way I position myself or the way I carry myself is like
Mm,
it's me. Like yeah, my music, it's me, and
That's what you
being a
do for a
producer, being
living.
an artist,
mm,
there's
mm.
really no difference. It's just yeah, man. It's just me. So
Phew.
I don't
Well,
really.
that's right.
It's not an act. It's not an act.
Mm.
Yeah.
Like it's not. I don't pretend like yo, I'm this guy. I'm this what. But it's just it's just me.
So okay,
Yeah,
so Sonye is Sonye, music, and Sonye,
Yeah.
the normal
And Sonya the
human being
person
of Sonye
is
is the same Sonye we're gonna
yeah,
see.
yeah, yeah.
No, no,
Yeah,
no, we're not
exactly.
because the fact
That's why I don't use a different name, man. It's
a
like
different name.
I
No,
use my
no,
name.
fair play.
Sonia is yeah, yeah.
Sonye,
It's
so
not like
yeah,
I
yeah,
don't
no,
use yeah, I don't use another name. I don't use a nickname. It's my name. Sonia is my name.
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah,
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 it's
yeah.
just
when
that's
you
just to
put
tell you that yeah, it's
no,
me.
no,
Yeah.
no, but
Uh,
we would love to know. Like we always, it's really amazing. Like if you find people, because everybody will have a name, Bullet 500, and then his real name will
Yeah.
be, you know what I mean? His real name will be
yeah.
Jonathan
Yeah.
Chikokoza, you know,
Mm, mm,
and
mm,
you
Exactly,
meet some
exactly.
artists
So
that when they're Bullet 500, they're different.
mm,
When they're John,
they're
they're
different.
mm.
Totally different people.
You
Totally
keep
different people. So
yeah,
you
right.
you keep that identity going. So early on, Sonia,
yeah.
your name has been in everyone's mouth, and your name has been exchanged left, right, and center. I'll tell you
Awesome.
this: we are so proud of you, ladies and gentlemen.
Thanks,
Very
guys.
much.
If you don't know this though, we were having a talk there with Ovita. Ovita, you
Yeah.
remember we're talking about blood and water, yeah, earlier
Now,
on.
if you just say, do you remember what we're talking about? I'd have known straight away what we're talking about, dude. You don't need to explain. Can I ask him? Can I ask him that? Let
Please
me.
go on, because
Thank
this is
you.
very big.
Thank you, MP.
Yeah.
Sonia, I didn't
Yeah.
know. I didn't know. I didn't know nothing. I didn't know anything. Right. My woman, she came up to me. She's watching a big series on Netflix. It's a South African
Mm.
series. It's really good. It's really lovely. You know what I mean? And for her, she loves certain things. And this is an African series. She's like, it's nice. I watched the first season and it's finished. Now it's the second season, and she's watching.
Mm.
And she called me. I was in work. She said,
Mm.
"There's a song. It's a song. It's in your language."
Mm.
Hmm.
I said, "What do you mean?" Nice. So, and then she sent a video to me. I was like, "Oh yeah, it is. Pure my
This
language."
is
I was like,
Chichewa.
"Yeah."
Yeah.
I said,
Yeah,
"Yeah, that's the
yeah,
same language." I
Yeah.
wasn't watching that. I wasn't
yeah.
watching the series. And then I come
Yeah.
home. I come home, and then I'm like, "Yeah." She showed me, and I was like, "Oh yeah, that's a good series." I was like, "Oh Jesus, good song. That's good song." I didn't figure it out. I didn't figure until MP came and he said to me, "He's like,
Mm.
yeah, so it was working." And I was like, now I can put two and two together.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah, yeah.
Bear in mind, my woman is white, and a white woman had to tell me that this is something for my country.
It is crazy. It is crazy. Like, just to say, I would like talking about Blood and Water. I've watched the first season. I was getting to second season, and I said, this is way too big to just, brush it away and say, the work that was put in it cannot be recognized. Like, your work
Siberian.
has been recognized, and I'm gonna just. How do you feel? Oh, sorry there. How's my internet doing so far?
No, it's good. It actually froze there. Siberian
Yeah,
on the internet.
yeah.
Yeah,
Sorry
just
about
repeat
that,
that
internet
question.
guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Repeat the question.
I'll just take it back to say, after everything that has gone through, Blood and Water is
Yeah.
shooting up there and it's grossing well on online. Everybody's loving it.
It's number one in Ireland.
Yep, it
No,
is.
number,
It
no,
is.
Ah,
number
okay.
two, it was number one. Now it's number two in Ireland on Netflix
Yeah,
Ireland.
yeah. So you
All
have
right.
to know your track is being recognized over here. How do you feel? Like, how do you feel just knowing that you're adding some value to the African vibes, and you're adding value to the Malawian flag. Your name is out there. How do
Yeah.
you feel about it to be part of that project?
I mean, it feels great, man. Shout out to Gemini, because the Gemini Major, because
Yeah. Mm,
the song that's in there, the song that's in Chichewa. I remember we recorded it a while back
mm,
here in Malawi when Gemini came through in my studio. So
mm,
we just kept the song, you know.
mm,
Um, then I remember when I went to SA for a
Hmm.
bit.
mm.
We in the studio with Gemini. There was Gemini and there was Shoma Josie. So Gemini was like, "Yo, we have this song that we did a while back." He played it to Shoma Josie and she loved it, and she was like, let me jump on it," you know. So, and the funny thing is that song is not even out, man. It's not even out there. That's why people have been asking. People have been asking like, "Yo, where can we get the song?" It's not even out. So I mean, I produced the
Mm.
song and Gemini jumped on
Yeah,
it. The guy was singing is Gemini and there's Shoma
yeah.
Josie in it. So I mean, we are all surprised because
Mm.
I remember getting a call from a friend of mine like, "Yo, that song you produced for Gemini and Shoma Josie, it's in Blood and Water, like episode 3." I was like, "What?" That's crazy.
Jeez.
Then I went to the chick. I was like, "Oh, damn!" So and then after that, I contacted my publisher and everything. So it's all good, man. It's all good. I was like, "Oh
Yeah,
shit, that's crazy, man. That's huge." And yeah, with Gemini Major, we're all excited about it. I mean, for
yeah.
Gemini, it's not the first time been having a
Mm,
song featured
mm.
on the Netflix show, but like for me, it was like, oh man, it's crazy.
Big enough.
That is
and
big.
and
You've been
yeah, we're
putting Malawi on the flag.
carrying the flag, and carrying
Guys,
the flag out there.
that's what I was
So
about to say.
I
That's what I
mean,
was about to say. To
yeah,
all the
That's
fans, to all the
yeah,
fans, to all the fans watching this in Ireland, Malawi, England, Canada, wherever you are, this man is repping where we from, Malawi. This guy is repping where we from. I know as it is here in Ireland, because I know from my girlfriend that all our friends have been texting each other, watch this show. There's loads of African music, because I play African music and they all
yeah,
listen to it. This
mm,
man right
yeah.
here, we're
It's all
chatting,
African.
guys,
Yeah,
is repping Malawi. That's Sonye. And as I say, guys, subscribe, share, like our page. And of course, in the bios, you're gonna get lovely music from this guy. This guy has got the type of music that you can listen in
yeah.
any kind of mood you are in. So
definitely, definitely.
Yeah,
I won't lie. I won't lie. Just recently, you got me with your good track there. You vibed with, is it Kuno? Is it Kuno or something? Kuno. It's
Tuno,
yeah. Oh, is it Tuno? Tuno, yeah. Sorry about
Tuno.
that. So
Yeah,
it was
yeah,
it,
yeah.
it was it was Sonye and Tuno there, and that's Sonye there on the track, and you did that's
Yeah.
no one, is it?
Yeah, it's called that. No one.
Beat,
Yeah, yeah.
beat. But to surprise you all, you also directed that, did you?
Yeah, yeah. I shot
Ah,
that. I shot it with Ron C's as a
yeah,
video director. So what I do is like, yeah, someone
mm,
can shoot for me and they give me the
yeah,
footage, and because I direct and I edit as well. So I
yeah,
was like, let me just play around with this, and yeah, directed
yeah.
that and edited that video. Yeah.
Jeez, man, it's not the first time you've. I know it's not the first time you've worked with Ronnie. Is it Ronnie CZ? Is it?
Ron
Ronnie
C's.
C's,
Yeah,
Ronnie C's, that's
Ron
it.
CZ. Yeah.
You two are doing a great job, man. I've seen a couple of videos you directed together, and you've done all that work. It's really amazing. Just to take
Thanks,
you
man.
back there, we were just to take you back. We're talking about just going back to talking about Blood and Water there. I know like
Yeah,
you've been collaborating and producing a lot of tracks for like international artists and everything. You always repping Malawi.
yeah,
You haven't. This is not the first time you've been repping Malawi, and
Mm,
you keep shooting. You
yeah.
keep shooting for the stars, and you're out there shooting everything. And
yeah.
we're so proud of you. And so like. I would like to ask, like, how do you get to work with all these international artists? Like, how do they approach you? Do you approach them or do they approach you?
Uh, I think like working with all these artists, like international artists, mostly SA, South African
Mm,
artists.
mm.
My trip to SA last year,
Yeah,
2020, really opened
yeah,
opened doors for me to start working with South African artists. Because I
yeah.
went there and the plan wasn't to be there, but I was stuck there with the COVID thing. It was the lockdowns and everything, so I was stuck there. I was stuck there, after
Yeah,
the lockdown. So I was like, let me just use this time, and let me just establish my network here. So yeah, I managed to link up with a lot of artists, like a lot of
yeah.
international artists, a lot of South African artists and producers.
Mm,
So it's basically like maybe another producer can be in the studio and they'll be like, "Yo, we have this artist here. Do you have any beats? Send us beats." So
yeah.
while we're still in lockdown in SA, people are still working. So I met a lot of artists through that way, and it's crazy. And the thing is, most of the stuff that's coming out now is like we worked on it last year you know.
Because
Really?
COVID.
So yeah,
Really?
yeah, because of COVID.
Uh,
So everyone was just holding everything, trying to release it when everything is just, everything is all good. So
so
yeah, man.
wow.
Yeah,
So
go
you
on.
also like does this mean you're working on the track that you did with the track that you worked on for Benny Afro, is it? Benny Afro? That's Yo.
Yeah, Benny
You also did it
Afro. Yeah,
you also
yo.
did it in lockdown as well.
Yeah, well, during lockdown, but then the time was like the restrictions were a bit less. So I
Mm,
had an opportunity to meet him. We're signed under the same label, which is Fifth Season. I'm signed as a producer,
yeah,
so I mean it was just
yeah,
like, yo, let's just link up and work on some stuff. So we worked on like what, 3 songs. And I mean after that
yeah,
we still been working. I've been sending him beats and everything. So yeah, man, Benny
yeah.
Afro, yeah, is a great artist, man. It's coming up. It's a really great artist.
You're always shooting
Hey,
for the stars, man. Yeah.
I
Yeah,
know I know it's in 4K. If we has to go, it has to go. But
Mm,
if we had certain Malawian artists out here in Ireland, they're doing the music rap and they want
mm,
the projects to be produced by you. Okay,
yeah,
it's
yeah,
not only Sonye, even the name behind the project. People gonna be like, yeah, I want to listen to this. That's the truth. If
mm.
somebody if somebody I've never heard someone rap or sing and tells me
yeah.
prod Sonye, I'll be like, okay, I'm gonna listen to that.
Yeah.
Because if Sonye took his time to produce this shit, it must be
Yeah, because
good.
Yeah.
man, I'm so picky. I'm so picky when it comes to artists, man. Because
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I want to work on something that I feel, like something
Mm.
that I'm feeling
Of
like, yo,
course.
this song is nice. I would listen to. I want to work on a song that I would actually put on my playlist, not just because it's my beat, but I love the
Yeah.
song.
Mm.
So yeah, man, I'm so picky when it comes to working with artists, man.
So so okay, so
I,
so so
yeah.
if an artist, for
Mm,
instance, I'm
mm,
not an artist, but if an
Mhm.
artist
yeah,
wants to get a chance to say, I want my stuff to be produced by Sony,
Mm.
they're right, but
yeah,
they have to, the first thing they have to prove to you that they're worth you producing it. How
yeah,
what they
yeah,
need,
right.
what they need to do, how do they get to you to say, okay, listen to my stuff. Do you think if
Mm.
I want you
Yeah,
to produce something, make a mentor for me, I've got a concept, blah 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 blah.
yeah,
Uh, how do they get to
yeah.
you? Let me just find out that part.
You're about to start
I
your own
mean,
music
yeah, like
career, I
it's.
see.
I don't sing, I'm a comedian. I'm a comedian.
Yeah.
I mean, it's easy. I mean, like, but okay, maybe how can I put it? usually when people approach me, let's say on because I'm not heavy on social media, so I usually
Yeah, yeah,
and someone that maybe I'm
Yeah, and that's true. I've seen
blue
that here
ticking or
much.
whatever. I'm not
yeah.
yeah, I'm not really on social media that much and but the way I come about to work with artists is like basically, let's say when I hear a song, like when someone let's say from someone from Malawi is doing it, I've heard a song like a nice song. I was like, oh, I'll be like, okay, cool. I think I can work with that. Well, I can work with this artist. You know,
Mm,
I can work with this
mm.
artist. I can share them my beats. Whatever comes up. You know, because usually when it comes to like beats and everything, I have a lot of beats, but I just
Yeah,
don't. I can give him away like, yo, here's a beat, try to work on something. When something comes
Yeah.
up, okay, cool, then we do the rest
Mm.
of the stuff. But usually, because if you have noticed, I haven't really worked with a lot of Malayan artists right recently,
mm.
because I've already worked
Oh,
with a lot of artists. I've already worked with a lot of artists here, like almost everyone. Not the new
Mm.
guys, but
Mr.
almost the
International.
guys that
Yeah,
the but mostly all these guys, like the Yankees, the Takings, and everything. I've worked with everyone. So now it's like, okay, let me just try to
Yeah,
explore other areas. So that's why, like in SA, I can send beats that side. Like the stuff that
yeah,
I'm working in, I can send them that
yeah.
side and try to get artists to jump on it. So, yeah, but here in Malawi, there's a few artists that I really want to work with. I want to work with Eli and Juchi.
Yeah,
We've been talking about it.
Good kid, good kid,
I
good
sent them
kid.
some stuff.
Respect.
Yeah,
yeah.
I sent them some
Shout out to
stuff.
Eli.
I love working with Hayes and Gola here as well. Because every
Mm.
time when I give him a
Yes,
beat,
man.
he murders the beat, like he kills the beat every
Yeah,
time. There's a song that's
Mm.
coming. There's a song that's coming up in his EP that I
yeah.
really produced, and it really came out great.
Oh,
Mm.
we know it's
Yeah,
gonna
it's
come out
crazy,
great.
man. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
So there are a few artists that I really work with.
Yeah.
yeah.
There's
Because
guys
I'm
like
just gonna,
Teddy. There's Teddy. Yeah,
Mm.
I'm just gonna say this because
yeah, man.
I know, there's few artists here in Ireland, not only Malawians. Yes, I know two that I think maybe they'll be worth it, but there'll be
Mm.
loads that'll be
Yeah,
saying,
yeah,
guys, it'll be an honor to work with Sonye. And I
Mm.
know right
yeah,
now when
yeah,
they're watching this, they're gonna be like, god damn it, yeah, Sonye was there. And I know for a fact, and that's the truth. But I think maybe
yeah.
two that are Malawians, okay?
Mm.
And I know
Okay.
others as well that are not Malawians, which
Mm.
they've radio production, they're music geniuses. They do music. People that do music, you understand each other in a
Yeah, yeah.
certain level that I can't understand. And they'll be like, oh, geez,
True that.
he
True.
does his work. They cannot understand what you're
Yeah,
speaking in the song, but they say the
yeah, yeah,
melodies and all this kind of stuff. I don't know what the hell the melody is, but
Yeah.
they can
yeah,
make it.
yeah,
That's the
yeah.
truth.
Pick up.
They like the melodies in the song is so perfect and everything is just going in line
Yeah.
with your voice. I don't understand what they're saying, but it's
What to
going
say?
right. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
That
So
is
yeah, true,
crazy.
man. I mean, language when it comes to music is a
Mm.
feeling, man. It's
Mm.
not, it's not like understanding what they're saying, because that's why we have a lot of international songs in Malawi that are big. Maybe they're speaking
mm,
Swahili or Zulu
Mm.
or whatever
yeah.
language it is, but then they're big here. It's
Mm,
because it's the feeling, man. It's what the beat is giving you. It's
it's
what
going yeah.
the artist is the energy of the artist in the song. So I can do a song that's in like chill throughout. I mean, like
Yeah.
Tsika was big. Then I would get videos from some friends of mine in India, like, yo, we just heard your song in the club
Yeah.
playing in
Yeah.
India, so they don't understand what I'm saying, but they just love
Yeah.
the melodies, They just love the beats and everything. So that's what I'm saying. Music is a feeling, bro. It's a feeling.
So we'll take that. You've talked about, hey, I'm picky with giving this beat to certain artists. I'm picky on going
Yeah,
through all these artworks and stuff like that. Would you like
yeah.
to share with us like what inspires you to actually create certain beats, and what do you feel makes a good song for you and why? Like,
I mean, I think a good song, man. There's some
mm,
songs that the song itself, the lyrics and everything carries the song,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
And there's some songs where like then the beat, you know, the beat carries the song, you know.
Yeah.
So for me, it's like a mixture of both. You know, when you have a great beat,
Yeah.
something that's really catchy. If the beat is really catchy, you know,
Yeah.
and there's the artist just come on it and come on top of it and just go crazy with it.
Yeah.
Um, that's gonna give you a hit song. And because sometimes it's like it's funny what songs, because most of the time like artists, like I'm pretty sure a lot of artists can relate. The song that
Mm.
you don't like is the one that hits, you know, because it's like people will love it. You know, the one that you like yourself as an artist doesn't really get that attention. But something that you're like, maybe let me just try to put it out, and you know, the next thing you know, it's a hit. You know, so
So
there's not really an actual formula for it, but it's just
yeah.
what the people are feeling. You know, it's what the people are feeling. So it's crazy. It's crazy. You might
Oh,
just do something that
yeah. Ah, it's
you might
good.
just do
Like,
something that you don't really feel, but other people are feeling it. So if other people are feeling it, that means it's a hit, man. If other people are feeling it, it's a hit.
so
Mm,
you're responsible of making the beats, and you say, there's some other artists that they produce a certain track, and they love that track, but
mm.
then they produce another track, and people love the other track. Then they
Yeah,
they
yeah,
they
yeah.
enjoy the other track. Have you ever produced a certain gem that you call this project your baby, and you're like so proud of it, and you bring it up, and
Mm.
someone says, "Nah, I don't like this." Have you ever had that?
Yeah,
Like,
man. Yeah, man.
yeah,
A lot of like a lot of songs, man. Like I'll be like, yeah, I feel the song. I feel the song. Like the song is the one.
yeah.
But nah, man. Funny story, like history behind Tsika. I had that song in my computer for like 2 years, man.
Oh,
2 years. Had it in the computer because I
oh,
wasn't feeling it myself. I was like, man, it sounds too local. You know, it sounds.
yeah,
People will
yeah,
be like,
yeah,
Sonye, Sonya started singing like local stuff. But then I didn't know that I had a hit.
yeah.
I had a hit
But
with me
but
for
Sonye,
like 2 years, man.
but Sonye,
Yeah.
you see, that's the unique to me as a person that loves music, follows music a lot, especially Malawi music. I listen to Malawi music when I'm
Yeah.
here. I play Malawi music when I'm in front of my white friends, and they're like, "Oh, that's cool stuff. We don't know
Yeah.
what to
Yeah.
talk." That's the unique
Yeah.
part
Yeah.
about you. Your music comes
Exactly.
out like it's local, but it's catchy.
Mhm.
It's something you can
Mm.
listen and enjoy to.
Yeah.
I've
True.
reached a
True.
point. I think somebody could speed on a beat and you're not on
Mm,
it. And if
yeah.
it's from a person is from Malawi, I can sense
Mm.
that this is Sonye.
All right. All right.
There's
That
certain
talk.
beats. I'm telling you, I
Yeah.
could I can I
Yeah.
can
Yeah.
I can feel that this is Sonye's work. Because if you
Yeah. I
make a
remember.
beat,
Yeah.
you make it kind of you put it local,
Hmm.
but
Mm.
in the today's way.
Mm,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
remember I
Yeah.
remember one story. I want to say this story to you, and it
yeah.
was, it was
Mm.
very, very fun. In 2000, can't remember. I was living in Ballymoon, MP.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's here in
Yeah.
Ireland. I was living in Ballymoon. I was living in the same
Yeah.
apartment block. They were living upstairs. There was Heather Wick was living in the third floor. I was living in the fourth floor, the first floor. Heather
Yeah.
was third, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
Camille was living on the first floor.
Yeah.
It was
Okay.
December. It was December. And if I'm wrong, then something's wrong with me.
Yeah.
And we comes house, we're drinking away, having a party,
Mm,
shots,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And Heather would say, guys, hold on. My cousin just sent me a song. He said we should listen to it before he produces it. Okay?
whoa.
And I'll tell you the song. You
Yeah.
sent it to Heather with
uh,
me. The song
yeah.
was
Yeah.
Bibita Conco, Conco, Conco,
Yeah.
Conco.
Yeah. Oh
Bibita
damn, man. That's way back.
Conco.
Yeah. That was way back, man.
Yeah.
I even forgot about that song, man.
I I remember the time that there was a big boombox speaker of
Yeah.
beats
Yeah. Yeah.
Camille
Yeah.
Camille had, and
Yeah.
we plugged it in, right? And
Yeah.
that's some good
Oh.
shit. It sounds
Yeah.
local. It sounds
Yeah.
local, but That's a real stuff.
Oh wow, man! I have to listen to that song. I haven't heard it in a while, man. I haven't heard it in a while, like years. Yeah, I have to listen to it.
we were like your lab rats. We were your lab rats. So like, guys, can you listen to this song before I release it?
Every
What do you think?
sample,
Yeah.
every sample. You know? Like, okay,
Yeah.
there's always a good memory with your tracks, John. And Sonye would say this. For I would say one like and just to describe you in most cases, I would say as a groundkeeper of like music production industry in Malawi, right? I would say like, what's the one thing that within the music industry in Malawi you'd like to change? Because then now you're going in, now you're doing international, right? And not a lot of people take that risk of trying to shoot up and go international. Like, would you say you would want to be the pioneer of this era to, you know, push everyone else to go towards producing international beats as well? And, you know, what advice would you give the aspiring artists as well and producers that would like to take your path as well? Like,
Yeah, man. I mean, like, Malawi is rich with sounds, man. Like, we have a lot of sounds here that we can export, man. For example, look at Faith Musa. He's one of the artists that's carrying the flag, man. He's performing at festivals and like that, and the sounds that he's making is pure Malawian music, you know. So, you know, that's new to the world, you know, because Malawi is a small country, and we're a small country, but we have rhythm, you know, our music, our sounds. There's a lot of rhythm here, so that the world can really love, you know. And and it's proof that people are loving our music now, you know. Like, for example, like the likes of Faith Musa, the likes of Tay Green. You know, Tay Green had to fuse his Denyao stuff, and he exported the Malawian culture well, you know. And so that's what I tried to do as well in my production, like, you know, fusing a little bit of Malawi in it, and people eventually people catch up, like, yo, what's this small country that's producing this unique sound, you know? And we're like that would be, you know, our country, our music would be exported, and next thing you know, Malawians are producing for, you know, artists in the States or artists wherever worldwide. So it's crazy, man. It's just we're getting there. So what I would say is let's not lose focus on what's out there, what's trending, like, you know, because I'm a pianist trending now, so let's do our piano. We're losing our touch, you know. Let's keep on pushing our sound. I mean, we have a lot of sounds here, like we have a lot of things here, you know, cultures, like different cultures. We have different tribes. Every tribe has a sound, you know. We have our own sound, so we can just explore that and make it our own. Like I love experimenting with mangaje. Like yesterday I was making a beat. I'm making this beat that sounds Afrobeat, but it has mangaje in it, and, you know, mangaje is a unique rhythm that we don't have it. It's only in Malawi that we have mangaje in Malawi, so it's like our own thing that we can experiment and, you know, export it, man.
Put ourselves on the map. Like,
that is
it's just a matter of packaging. You know, we already have the rhythm. It's just a matter of packaging now, man. It's just a matter of packaging.
But that's the beauty. That's the beauty of you, because you put the two together and you create something that's lovely. That's the beauty of you.
Just experimenting, man. Experimenting. Yeah. We definitely have the rhythm that the world can really catch on, you know. So I believe so. Yeah, man.
That is true.
Just out of curiosity.
Yeah.
Sonye.
Yeah.
Yourself personally, are you working on some projects that we could expect or something like that? No, for yourself, not for someone.
For myself. I mean, it's been a while since I did a song, man. It's been a while since I recorded a song. It's been a minute, but it's like next thing you know, I can start working on the song because I have a lot of unfinished projects in my computer, like unfinished projects that some of them are finished. I don't want to put them out, you know, but yeah, I keep on working on new stuff, like working on recording on, like experimenting on new stuff. I like to experiment a lot, and yeah, I was thinking of making another EP.
Okay.
That's like
Go for it.
me on it.
That's
Yeah.
what we're
Me on
waiting.
it,
So
because the last EP I worked on was like I was featuring a lot of artists. It was more like a production side of me. It wasn't the
Yeah.
artist side of me. So the EP that I want to work on now is more like the artist side of me.
Yeah.
And yeah, Sonye the artist, no Sonye the producer.
Yeah.
So yeah, man. I have a couple of songs that I've worked on, and finished songs though, that I've worked on,
Yeah.
and just need to put it all together and definitely just surprise people. I won't announce release dates because I don't want to put pressure on myself. I want to give out something that's really dope. So yeah, man. But pretty soon, pretty soon, pretty soon.
it's not pretty soon. Okay, no.
Yeah.
At least
You heard
I
it
wanted-
first that I'm working on an EP.
I've-
You
I-
heard it
yeah,
first.
exactly.
So.
Guys, you heard it first on 5Roundz. On your
Yeah.
5Roundz. On your
Yeah.
5Roundz. That's where we hear it first, as we always do it. Oh, okay, special guest artist. Guys, this is a Sonye, one of the biggest producers in our country, Malawi. Right. So you guys, when you're watching this, right, put on the comments if you want to ask something. He'll be looking at this as well, and you want to ask him something. Yeah, even if it's totally not into what he does
Music,
personally,
yeah,
as
yeah.
a person, you're free. Put it out there and ask it. You know what I mean? We as 5Roundz, we're delighted to have him on because it's a person that is part of the music industry where we come from. And as I said, the bios.
He's carrying the flag. Like just to add on to Ovi's line there. You know what, man? I'm gonna hand you your flowers here. I appreciate every work that you've done and much respect for you, man. I have so much respect for you.
Man.
And we're so proud of you. We're so proud of you on the work that you've done from start to this stage. We appreciate every beat that you produce. We appreciate every work that you're working on, because then you know what? Malawi wouldn't be where it is without your,
man,
your vibe,
your input, like, you know what I mean?
your input, your input is out there.
Yeah.
Your input is out there. And just before we finish on that part, I've
got one question as well after that. One question though.
Please.
Should I start?
Yeah, please. Yeah, go on.
Before we finish. Okay, Sonye, this question we always want to find out, Sonye.
Yeah.
If you had to put a top five all-time artists, who would you put? Okay, to make it simple, don't put top five. 5 artists that you could say, okay, because they're producers as well. 5 artists, 5 producers. Let's go. 5 artists.
Like where? Locally or
the whole world? The whole world, worldwide.
No.
Start with artists.
Okay, let me start locally. Let me start with artists locally, and artists top 5. Artists top 5 for me. I always put locally. This is locally. Lawi. Lawi is like great.
Beautiful.
We have Lulu. Lulu is great.
Lulu, thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Faith Musa is like one of my favorite artists in Malawi, man. Guys, favorite artist and producer, man. The guy's a genius.
Yeah.
I have 3. Yeah. Let's see. Two more. I mean, the new guys are coming up. Like Eli is really great. Eli Juice is really great. And
one more.
Yeah, who else? Man, the 5th one is gonna be hard for me.
It's
gonna be hard for me.
Pick and drop.
Let's see. I mean, Patience is really talented, man. Patience is one of the greats, man. He's one of the greats. So man, those are like the artists. But I know I didn't mention. I didn't mention a lot of people, and that's not in order. Like that's not in order.
No. We didn't say in order. We just said 5.
Yeah.
We didn't want in order.
Yeah, 5. Yeah.
That's your
producers. And
Producers.
local producers, man, number one for me in Malawi, I would say DJ Slay.
Okay.
Yeah, this guy.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
I mean, this guy. At some point, I was like, man, I need to work harder, because we have DJ Slay, and I was like, every time, okay, yeah, this guy's putting in work. So that's like one of my favorite producers in Malawi, and we have who else? Who else? Who else? I can say I can put Faith as well in the production.
Yeah.
Faith
Yeah.
Musa.
Okay.
Yeah,
Faith
man,
Musa,
his
yes.
production is crazy. We have BFB. BFB is doing great. Also, BFB is doing great, man. Shout out to BFB,
BFB.
man.
Shout out
producing for
BFB. Yeah.
MT.
Shout out
They say
BFB.
he's
Yeah.
doing great, man. And who else? I mean, Tricky Beats as well. Tricky Beats is really
Tricky Beats.
He's awesome. Like
Tricky
it's
Beats.
Tricky Beats.
yeah. Cool. Tricky Beats. Yeah. So Tricky Beats is great, man. And who else?
One more. You've got one more.
One more. Who else? Damn, man. I can't think. Damn, I can't. Yeah, let's just keep it at 4, man. Let's just keep it at 4.
Okay. We've got that list anyway. It's
The
down
fourth
there.
one would be yourself, man. The fifth one.
The fourth one is yourself.
Okay,
So,
let me put myself.
if you have to go
yeah.
international. If you have to go international now, your five, not top 5, just 5 artists that you could pick international.
5 artists.
UK, America, South Africa, wherever.
Yeah. I mean, when it comes to artists, we have like the likes of, John Bellion as a producer, because I really look up to him as a producer / artist. John Bellion is mad. We have let's see, because I listen to a lot of guys. Don't mind me. I listen to a lot of music, like different genres. So I don't really
you're
have.
a producer.
Yeah. So, like every day I find a new song. But John Bellion, we have. When it comes to rappers, Drake is dope, man. Drake is dope.
Okay, good man.
Drake is dope. Kanye West, producer / artist, one of my favorites. We have who else? Who else was I in love with? I mean, Wizkid is fire. International.
Okay.
Right?
Oh,
Wizkid is fire.
Point.
I'm team Wizkid, and I mean, Burna Boy, man. Burna Boy is really fire as well, man.
He's really doing his thing. He's really doing his
Thank
thing.
you very much.
Yeah. But I have a lot of favorites, so yeah, just 5 out of total.
No, this is not top 5. It's just the 5 that one, and it's
5 that I really like. Yeah.
That you like. Yeah.
True.
That if you are taught
so when it comes to producers,
yes.
Producers.
When it comes to producers, my 5. We have Pharrell. Pharrell is like one of. I actually see myself in him, like
Yeah, thank you very much.
The
That's
way
your thing.
he's so experimental, so I really like his experimenting, and Pharrell will put anything in the song and it will be dope, man. Put anything in the
That's
beat.
you.
So Pharrell, John Bellion, as I said, as a producer, as well, it's really great. We have Timbaland. Till now, man. Till now. He's even changing he's even changing the sound now, man. Timbaland is crazy. Kanye West. And Dr. Dre. Finally, Dr. Dre.
The DR.
My inspiration.
You can't forget.
Your inspiration is Dr. Dre. I know that's
Dr. Dre, man. Dr. Dre and Pharrell, man. Dr. Dre, the Sonics, crazy. He's mixing. His mixing is just crazy. And Pharrell, I like how experimental he is when it comes to making beats. Yeah, man.
Fire in the house.
But I have a lot of guys. I have a lot of producers that I like, but that's just the 5 that I can think of right now. Yeah.
Well, guys, if you didn't make it on Sonya's list, it's not anything. It's just that he's thinking fast right about now. He's thinking
Him
about
as
his
a
next
producer,
beat,
yeah.
and he's thinking about his EP and everything. So just don't mind him now. Just call him later on or text him just to ask him to say, why didn't you have me on it?
We're gonna give you a number.
Yeah. So just
yeah.
so before we close up there, Sonye, like I said earlier on, you know what? I'm handing you your flowers. You deserve to be on the podium. You deserve to be out there. We really appreciate
Thank
you
you,
in
thank
Malawi.
you.
You've really hit it big. But as a fan myself, as also fans out there, we just want to know, if you could have, fans like us and out there, what's the one thing that you'd want to be remembered for and why?
Well, I mean, I just want to be remembered with my art, my art, because I just want my art to live forever. I want to be one of those artists that will still be there, will still be relevant, even
Yeah.
when I'm not there, like 50 years from now, 40 years from now, where I should be remembered as one of the guys that really pushed the boundaries when it comes to fusing our local Malawian sounds and trying to fuse it with the urban and trying to export that. And I want to be one of the artists that can be sampled like later on, so go like in the future artists can actually sample my songs. Someone maybe sampled Tsika or something like that, like the way we sample Giddy's Shaman and then stuff like that. So I want to be I want to be remembered. I want to be remembered as one of the guys that really put Malawi on the map.
You already put
And
Malawi on the
You
map,
already did,
and
bro. You already did.
yeah, you already
Yeah.
did, and
Yeah, man.
not a doubt. Everyone recognizes your music. Everyone has been there. We've danced to it. We've singed along. We've done everything that we could just to enjoy the night and road trips and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Guys, for
Nice.
anyone that's joining us on, we had on the show here Sonye, and just if you don't know Sonye, I'll just break it down for you. You're looking at a man here, right here, an award-winning artist, record producer. You're looking at a songwriter. You're looking at a video director. You're looking at a beat maker. He's done it all, and he's worked on exclusive projects with different artists in Malawi, the likes of like Tay Green, Young K, Physics, many more. And if you haven't listened to his music, bump to his beats, we'll have it in the bio there, all the descriptions. We have all the beats right there, and you could actually enjoy Sonya's music. And Sonye would like to say thank you very much on coming on.
Thank you guys for having me. This has been great, man. 5Roundz, dopest podcast. It's podcast, yeah, video cast, podcast. What you call it?
Podcast.
Yeah.
Podcast,
Podcast, yeah. The dopest podcast out there, man. 5Roundz. Shout out to everyone.
Thank you very much, guys. Shout out. Thank you very much for having me.
You're with
for
DJ
coming to
Sonye
Sonye.
right there. Sonye, thank you very much. We really appreciate your time.
Thank you guys for having me.
Much.
Thank you guys for having me.
Malawian boy.